Yeah, please come. Have a seat. Yeah, that's okay.
पहले भी आप आए हैं
Yes, sir. I appear for the HARYANA IDA news.
Are you a practicing advocate?
So I have practiced for a little bit, but currently I am serving as an assistant legal officer in Bureau of Investigation, Punjab Police.
Assistant legal officer.
In Bureau of Investigation, Punjab Police.
With Karan, I think.
Sorry, sir.
Karan Batra.
Yes, sir. With the
He was there, no?
Yes. Yes, sir. He now got selected.
He got selected.
Yes.
What are your duties there?
So broadly, our duty is to assist the police in investigation. If they require any legal help during investigation, then we are there to provide them.
What is the difference between investigation and inquiry?
So investigation is solely the domain of police. The court does not have control over the investigation, and inquiry is conducted by police. However, there is a situation where a preliminary inquiry may be conducted by the police in certain cases to determine that whether a cognizable offence has been committed or not.
Have you gone through judgment in Arnesh Kumar's case?
Yes, sir, I have.
What does it say?
So Arnesh Kumar versus State of Bihar is a judgment that focuses on the fundamental right to liberty. It basically provides that it is not necessary for the police to arrest in each and every case, and that the power to arrest is basically to be exercised only when there are certain circumstances which are specified under Section 41 they exist. And especially in case where the offence is punishable with less than 7 years of imprisonment, then a notice of Section 41A should be given to the accused in the first instance, and if he complies with the notice, then he should not be arrested.
What are the requirements to search a closed premises?
In case of search in a closed premises, if the person has a warrant, then thereafter if the person who occupies that premises, he can ask for the warrant. The police officer is required to show the warrant to that person. After that, if the person does not provide free ingress into the closed premises, then the police officer can break open any door and gain entry in that premises. After that, the search is conducted in accordance with Section 100 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. It is to be conducted in the presence of 2 witnesses. List of all the seized items is to be prepared.
And if the 2 witnesses are not joined, does the recovery or search become illegal?
No, sir.
Or inadmissible?
No, sir. Even in absence of witnesses, it will not be illegal or inadmissible. However, the police should make all possible efforts to improve the 2 witnesses, and if despite making those efforts, no one is willing to join, then even then the search would be.
What is the difference between license and lease?
So, license, in case of lease, something is property is basically leased out for a particular amount of time to be used by the person, and in case of lease, if any action is brought against that property, then the lessee can also defend that action. But that is not the case with the license. In case of the license, only the license holder can defend any action brought against him.
What are the requirements for execution of a valid will?
So for execution of a will, at least one attesting witness must be called and examined to determine the validity of the will.
Question is about execution, not proof.
So for the will would be required to prove prior to executing it. I am not completely aware of the mechanism, sir.
Whatever aware you are, please tell.
All I know that is will must be proved prior to execution.
Proof. Question is not about proof. Question is about execution. You want to execute a will. What are the requirements to be taken care of?
So will is basically executed through probate. I am not aware.
Can a gift be revoked?
Yes, sir. But depending upon the law, for instance, in Muslim law, there are certain gifts that can be revoked. However, generally the gifts are not revoked.
What is contingent contract?
So contingent contracts are those where the performance of the contract depends upon the happening of a particular act, happening or not happening of a particular act.
Are there certain contracts which cannot be specifically enforced?
Yes, sir. Section 14 of JSRA provides certain contracts which are not specifically enforceable, and these can include the contracts where which involve the performance of continuous duty which the court cannot monitor, or if they are dependent upon the personal volition of the parties, or where subsequent performance of the contract has been obtained, or where the contract.
What is restitution under Code of Civil Procedure?
So So the application for restitution can be moved under section 144 of the Code of Civil Procedure. It is basically that if after execution of the decree has been executed and the property has been transferred from the decree holder to the from the judgment to the decree holder.
Under what provision a clerical mistake in a decree or judgment can be rectified?
So under section 152 of the Code of Civil Procedure, any arithmetic or clerical errors in the judgment of the decree can be rectified.
What is order 47?
So order 47, if I may have some time, sir. I'm not completely sure on this, but I think it is reference
Review.
review.
When can review be sought?
So review can be sought when there is no right to appeal, or if there was a right to appeal but the person did not prefer an appeal, then the review can be sought.
What is the difference between review and revision?
So in case of review, the court which passed the decision reviews back to that particular court, but revision lies to a higher court. Basically, in cases where the court which is trying the case is of the opinion that the case involves a particular question of law which
And what is the difference between revision and appeal?
So appeal is available against a decree or an order as specified under order 41 or 43. But in case of revision, appeal is basically
43?
oh, sorry,
Appeal against
order.
decree lies on 43?
No, sir. Appeal against decree is under order 41.
Mm.
Appeal against an order, that's on decree. And in case of revision, sir, it will lie the High Court can also call for the
What is the conceptual difference between the two?
So conceptual difference is basically, sir, it is upon generally appeals in cases where a completely determinable and a final order has been passed. But that is not in the case of revision. It can be utilized also, and it can be sued also by the High Court.
If criminal proceedings are going on in respect of particular misconduct of a government servant,
Yes, sir.
can a departmental inquiry be also conducted simultaneously?
Yes, sir. Department inquiry can.
Simultaneously.
Yes, sir.
Why?
So because departmental inquiry is to determine that whether the person is fit to continue to serve in that particular position or not, whereas criminal proceeding is completely different, and a person who is necessarily convicted in the criminal proceedings does not necessarily means that he will also be terminated from service for that departmental proceedings.
If a man is acquitted in criminal proceedings, can he be departmentally proceeded against?
Yes, sir, he can still be departmentally proceeded against. Acquittal would depend that whether it was just an acquittal or was it an honorable acquittal. If it wasn't an honorable acquittal and benefit of doubt has been given to him, then he still has to be departmentally proceeded.
JASHANPREET, what was the hurry of filing this form? There are जगराज सिंह के अंदर सिंह के स्पेलिंग गलत है, मदर प्रोफेसर में टीचर की स्पेलिंग गलत है, ग्रेजुएशन में पंजाब यूनिवर्सिटी पूरा नहीं लिखा हुआ. What was the hurry?
So I filled the form on my phone while I was at work.
So still, if you can write SING, to you have to review what I need to say.
My fault.
How would you like to be remembered?
Most probably, I would just like to be remembered as a kind and good person more than anything else.
Kind and good person.
Yes.
What efforts do you make to be kind and good in your life, present day-to-day life?
Try to be considerate about other people's needs, and I try to discharge my duties as honestly as I possibly can. And I basically try to show empathy wherever it's possible to do so.
Okay. What do you think, where do you lack and God should have given you that?
So some of the things that I think lack in me is that I sometimes lack to take care of my health. I lead a sedentary lifestyle more than I would like. I would like to work out more.
No, that is in your hands. My question is that what you lack, again, that is in your hands. You can always be creative by indulging into various activities and everything.
I think the creativity is God.
Sorry?
Creativity is God gives.
What do you understand about work ethics?
So work ethics are basically a set of rules which are to be followed by any professional to ensure that the integrity and the dignity of a particular post is maintained.
How will you deal with situation where the work ethics are not being maintained by your colleagues or your partners?
So, my first and foremost approach would be to have an honest conversation with them regarding the deficiencies which I feel are there in their ethics. And if that does not work, so then I cannot interfere too much. It is their domain.
Next time properly क्या होगा तो भी
The appropriate authorities they will function and they will take their action.
How many districts are there in Punjab?
So I'm not sure of the exact number.
How many districts are there in Haryana?
I'm sorry, sir, I'm not sure of the exact number.
Yes, tell me Haryana governor's name.
I'm sorry, sir, I don't know.
Okay. Who is the present Chief Justice of Punjab and Haryana High Court?
So they were recently transferred from the Madhya Pradesh High Court.
What is the difference between the inherent powers under CPC and the CIPC?
So in case of CPC, the inherent powers are available to all the civil courts. But in case of CRPC, not all courts have those powers. They are basically the constitutional courts. High Court can exercise those powers.
Why?
In the criminal matters, the right to life and liberty is at jeopardy, and these powers cannot be freely provided by the court. However, in civil cases, there are very diverse matters which cannot be encompassed by written law. So certain discretion is necessary to be given to the courts to deal with the various kinds of scenarios that are likely to arise in civil cases.
What is the difference between Article 32 and 226 of the Indian Constitution?
So in case of Article 32, it is comparatively restrictive as compared to Article 26.
Which one is wider?
Article 226 is wider.
How?
So in case of Article 226, the writs can be issued against state as well as private persons also, and the court can go beyond the scope of the 5 writs which are presented there. But the Supreme Court can only issue those 5 writs which are specified in the article.
What is writ of quo warranto?
So writ of quo warranto is basically where the court asks any person occupying a public office that what is his authority to occupy that particular office.
What is writ of prohibition?
So writ of prohibition is used to prevent a court from taking up the jurisdiction which it does not have.
Certiorari?
The certiorari is basically to correct the court where it has taken up the powers or exercised the powers which it did not have.
It is again only the judicial side or executive side?
So as far as I know, it is certiorari is on the judicial.
Okay. What is your job profile?
So my job profile is to assist the police during investigations. Any legal advice they want during the investigation, and they can ask me and I provide that advice.
Is it your final decision for while filing the challan?
No, sir, it isn't. All my opinions are just opinions. They are not binding on anyone. And it's from my final decision.
How your job differs from the public prosecutor?
So the job of the public prosecutor is to deal with the cases in the courts. They prosecute cases in the courts. But my job is before the case comes to the court. I am only to deal with the police during the stage of investigation. After investigation, I have to do.
Whether there are any kind of time-bound investigations?
Yes, sir, there are certain time-bound
What
investigations.
kind of offences?
Especially offences affecting women, time-bound investigations are there. In cases of rape against women, the investigation is to be completed within 2 months.
In case of POXO, is it a time-bound or not?
Yes, in case of POXO also, again, being sexual offences against women and children, they are also time-bound.
Okay. In case of NTPS case, what is the minimum police official that must do the investigation?
So the minimum police officer should be an assistant sub-inspector and he should be of a regular rank.
Can a police officer itself can be a witness for the police?
Yes, the police officer can be a witness.
When no one other else is present, then whether the testimony can be relied upon by the court?
Yes, sir. As such, there is no disrepute which is attached to a police witness, and if his sanctity is proved, then his testimony can be relied upon.
What is a stop witness?
Stop witnesses are generally those witnesses which are available in each and every case. For instance, police often uses same trap witnesses over and over again, same witnesses to the search. So these witnesses are referred to as stop witnesses.
Tell any single case that you have handled, you can present that any kind of legal point, legal opinion you have given.
Yes, sir. In a particular case, basically a blue notice was to be drafted to be sent to the Interpol, and I helped in the drafting of the said notice. So blue notice is basically issued to locate the person, and we do not know that in which country a particular person is. Then that notice is sent to the Interpol, and it is then sent to all the member countries, at any country where the person is located, then that country informs the country which issued notice. So ultimately,
There is a difference between blue notice and the red corner notice.
yes, there is difference between the two.
What
The
is
red
that?
corner, the red corner notice is basically to arrest the person, and thereafter the extradition proceedings can be started. But the blue notice is only to know the location of the person and to gain information from that person.
Sir,
Okay, Mr. Benipal,
Yes,
you are from Punjab, Khanna,
yes,
working in Punjab,
yes.
in Punjab Police. Uh, you are working in Punjab also.
Yes.
Why you want to become judicial officer in Haryana?
So, place does not matter for me. My aim has always been to be a judicial officer. While I'm very grateful to have gotten this job and I've learned a lot from this job, but this is only a pit stop on my journey.
Why you want to become a judicial officer?
So, my father is a lawyer. He has always pushed me to be a judicial officer, and when I joined BLLB, I also realized what a prestigious post it is, and I would certainly like to see myself in that position. And beyond that, this post also provides a lot of stability and financial stability to a person.
Do you want to say that lawyer's profession is not prestigious profession?
It is certainly a prestigious
earning profession.
Yes,
It
definitely.
is a noble profession, but again, sir, it is not a financially stable profession. And COVID is a recent example. A lot of lawyers, especially young lawyers, they were pushed out of business due to COVID, and it's a difficult profession to survive.
Do you want to join judiciary just because of your future safety of your future?
Not at all, sir. As I said, it's a profession that allows me to serve, which I am currently doing also. That is why I am in government service presently as well. But as my aim was always to be a judicial officer, I feel that I will be able to better serve the society in that position as I have trained and worked towards that.
Normally Sikhs are supposed to wear single kadar. Why are you wearing two kadars?
Yes, sir. Generally, it is single kada. So this kada on my right hand is basically a silver kada. And some learned person had told my mother that I am short of temper, and so I should wear a silver kada to keep my temper in check. So that's why it's the second kada.
So you could have silver kada only.
Yes. Also, the iron kada is basically the custom to wear. So that's why.
Maybe kada is the custom, not
Yes.
steel kada or brass kada or silver kada. Kada is the custom.
So it's practically very useful. If a bee stings, iron kada is very helpful.
What things to fight against somebody?
For instance, a bee stings you just rub the iron kada on it and
अच्छा बी I saw that.
कितने चीज ने काटे अभी तक आपको?
sir, actually you won't believe it, just happened a couple of months ago. I went to Amritsar and there are these Tamil and the Golden Temple.
That's why you mentioned
Yes, sir.
being
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Benipal, tell me some historical places name of Haryana.
Yes, sir.
Name of some historical places and why they are relevant.
Yes, sir. There is Panipat, the battles of Panipat were fought over there. There is Kurukshetra, and it has relevance in Mahabharata for its importance. Apart from that, there is now Gurugram, which is the modern wonder of Haryana, and it's an IT city, basically the most prolific IT center of North India. These are some of the famous places.
Urbanization is good for Haryana or it is going to kill the actual identity of Haryana?
I'm sorry, sir.
What do you think of?
I'm sorry, I did not get it.
The urbanization is actually killing, it is good for Haryana or it is actually killing the real identity of Haryana. What do you think on that?
So, like everything else, this also has two sides of the coin. On one hand, urbanization is a great opportunity for the people to improve their life standards and join the workforce in the 21st century. But on the other hand, Haryana has historically been an agrarian state. And if more and more people move to the cities, then agriculture will certainly suffer. And it would be harmful for the economy of Haryana also and even the culture of Haryana. So it is important to maintain the balance between the two.
So how do you think you can give some solution on that problem?
In my opinion, the solution would be to merge the urbanization along with this historical and cultural aspect of Haryana. That can be done, for instance, by using scientific techniques in agriculture, which will kind of encourage youth to carry on agriculture as it will not be as tough as it used to be, as modern techniques can be adopted here. and our villages, they also should be developed more, and basic services should be made available at villages so that people do not feel the need to go to cities to avail the services.
Okay.
बोलिए
We want to see this picture. We want you to see this picture.
Yes, sir.
and comment on it.
Yes, sir.
You will have. ये पहला ही था। ये पहला वाला तो मैंने दिखाया है। इसको दिखाओ। You think this is the right posture?
Now you have opened the buttons of your coat.
Yes.
देखो आप
ये देखो आप
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. Sir.
आपके
Yes.
हैंड
आपका जो हाथ का एक ये था ना,
Yes, sir.
position of your hand,
Yes, sir.
it was very very what should you call
Actually, I wasn't
negative.
wearing-
It is
Actually, I wasn't wearing my own tie. I haven't come from home. I borrowed a tie and it's a bit too short.
नहीं सर, तो बटन खोल के रहना चाहिए आपको,
Yes.
है ना?
मैं उस टाइम बोले वाला था बट
नहीं आपने बोला नहीं, ये क्या है,
लास्ट में बताइए।
दिस इज नॉट गुड। ये जो आपके जो बाजू है ना, इसको देखिए आप जरा।
Yes, sir.
डू यू फील दैट इट इज करेक्टली प्लेस्ड?
I don't know, so they are yes, sir.
नहीं, इसीलिए तो आपको फोटो दिखा रहे हैं हम।
Yes, sir.
कंफर्टेबल महसूस होना चाहिए देखने वाले को,
Yes, sir.
है ना?
Legs थोड़ी सी straight रखो, थोड़ी
हाँ, लेग स्ट्रेट रखो, थोड़ी
close करो,
क्लोज भी रखो,
close करो।
बेनिपाल ये कड़ा पहनने के बाद भी कुछ जरा सुधार दिख नहीं रहा आपके अंदर अभी भी गुस्सा दिख रहा है थोड़ा स्माइल कर दीजिए
ये पोस्चर
हाँ?
जो सर ने नोटिस किया ना, दैट वर्ड इज एग्रेसिव। आपका जो पोस्चर है वो एग्रेसिव पोस्चर,
Yes, sir.
आपकी उंगलियां ऐसे खुली हुई हैं जैसे क्लोज,
Yes, sir.
ठीक है ना? प्रोबेबली इट इज योर नेचुरल वे, बट
इसको आप बंद रखो
how you perceive it, मतलब
Sir, can I sit like this? I actually feel comfortable sitting like this, but I would told you.
क्लैस्पिंग हैंड इज नॉट
ये इज हाइडिंग समथिंग
Yes, sir.
क्लैस्पिंग।
Like that.
ऐसे
थोड़ा
बैठो, ऐसे बैठो, ऐसे करो,
ऐसे
ऐसे रखना
हाँ।
Alright, sir.
यानी ये ठीक नहीं है, ये नहीं ठीक।
ठीक है.
लेकिन हाथ इसको प्रेस नहीं करना
Alright, sir.
Secondly, if you wear two kadas in the interview
Yes, sir.
and a similar question is put to you and you answer in the same manner,
Yes, sir.
then you may invite some more questions
Yes.
from the board and you may not be able to answer those questions.
I'll take up on that.
You should wear one kada only,
Yes, sir.
or you should have a very valid justification for the second.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
परफॉर्मेंस में तो आपकी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, लेकिन सिटिंग पोस्चर में हमें प्रॉब्लम लगी
Alright, sir.
कि आप बैठे तो आपने बटन नहीं खोले अपना, है
Yes,
ना?
sir. Yes, sir.
एंड बड़ा आपका सारा टाइट सिस्टम लग रहा था, है ना?
Yes, sir.
हाथ आपका यूँ था कि जैसे आपने उठ के भागना है कहीं।
Yes, sir.
तो इन पे थोड़ा काम करिए
Yes, sir.
और एक जनरल नॉलेज में थोड़ा
Yes, I'll work on the day.
है ना?
Yes, sir.
पर्टिकुलरली पंजाब, हरियाणा एंड पंजाब हरियाणा हाई कोर्ट, सुप्रीम कोर्ट,
Yes, sir.
इन सब के बारे में आपको काफ़ी पता होना चाहिए,
Yes, sir.
ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
सो विद दीज रिमार्क्स वी विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट। और एक कॉलम खाली नहीं छोड़ना कहीं आपने।
Yes, sir.
इट इज़ नॉट गुड फॉर ए जुडिशियल ऑफिसर टू लीव द थिंग्स लाइक दिस।
Yes, sir.
और ये बताया सानी साहब ने आपको, आपने टीचर की जगह टीची लिख दिया है,
Yes, sir.
सिंह की जगह कुछ और लिख दिया है, पंजाब की जगह कुछ और लिख दिया है ना?
Yes, yes, sir.
वट एवर यू राइट यू मस्ट हैव ए री लुक ऑन इट,
Yes, sir.
ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
चलो, ऑल द बेस्ट।
Thank you, sir.
और थोड़ा अपने एग्रेशन पे और पोस्टर पे थोड़ा
Yes.
काम करना।
be aware of your surrounding. You got a very fair chance.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है? This is the second time you are appearing.
Yes, I have appeared for the Delhi Judicial Services interview.
Yeah. So you got a very fair chance. Your knowledge is good. You practice sitting like what we just did.
शीशे के आगे बैठा करो थोड़ी देर,
ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
सिट बिफोर ए मिरर,
Yes, sir.
स्पीक समथिंग, ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
और वहाँ आप नोटिस करिए आपको कहाँ कहाँ कमियाँ लगती हैं अपने उसमें पोस्चर में
Yes, sir.
या डिमीनर्स में, और उन पे काम करिए।
I will add that you try out both the chairs, with arm, without arm. Okay? Because you never know what chair you will get.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
What is my observation is कि थोड़ा सा ना अगर हम इसको देखो मेरे हिसाब से there is a very fair chance आपका हो जाना
हाँ, नहीं,
चाहिए।
अच्छे चांसेस हैं।
बिल्कुल भी दिक्कत नहीं आएगी, लेकिन हमें अगर इंटरव्यू में थोड़ा अच्छे नंबर मिल जाए तो उसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है।
Yes, sir.
तो उसमें उसमें थोड़ा सा हमें ये लग रहा है कि आपकी पर्सनालिटी अच्छी है, लेकिन आप उसको जरा नेगेटिव एस्पेक्ट की तरफ लेके जा रहे हैं। हमें ऐसा लग रहा है जैसे कि यू हैव अ बर्डन फेसिंग द इंटरव्यू, आप इसको चेरिश नहीं कर रहे। प्रेशर ठीक है, लेकिन आपको देख के ऐसा लगता है जैसे कि आप जब आंसर कर रहे हैं तो ऐसा लग रहा है जैसे कि आप गुस्से में कर रहे हैं या एकदम ऐसा कर रहे हैं, मतलब मुझे खत्म कर रहे हैं।
रोबोटिक है।
यस
नहीं, मैं इसको अदरवाइज पुट करता हूँ। आपको ये लग रहा है कि मुझे सब कुछ पता है,
हाँ,
ठीक है,
वो आ रहा है हमारे
और सब कुछ
impression।
पता है एंड परफेक्ट इन ऑल रिस्पेक्ट्स। और ये जितना लो कॉन्फिडेंस डेंजरस है ना, उससे ज्यादा डेंजरस है।
क्वाइट ऑनेस्टली मैंने लास्ट टाइम इंटरव्यू दिया ना, आपने यही फीडबैक दिया था मेरे को कि दैट यू बी ओवर कॉन्फिडेंस एंड अगेन नॉट सर, मैं तो खुद डरा था।
नहीं
बोलने की
हम ये
speed है ना, वो इतनी फास्ट है ना, खत्म करो जल्दी से।
बेनिपाल जी, हम ये नहीं कह रहे कि आप हो, हम ये कह रहे हैं कि आपको देख के ऐसा
हमें लग रहा है
आई शुड स्पीक स्लो।
नहीं, एक तो आप यहाँ जो स्पीड है ना बोलने की,
यस यू आर राइट।
पेस है ना, उसको थोड़ा
कम
slow,
करो, gap दे सकते
ये प्रैक्टिस थोड़ा सा स्लो करो। ये वाली रिकॉर्डिंग है, बोल देंगे अवेलेबल करवा देंगे,
ये तो हो
इसीलिए
जाएगा।
कंपेयर कर रहे हैं ना ऐसे।
क्योंकि ना आप जब बोल रहे हो ना तो आप फुल स्टॉप दे रहे हैं, हमें समझ नहीं आ रहा कि सेंटेंस कहाँ खत्म हो रहा है, कंटिन्यूअसली स्पीकिंग। अगर थोड़ा सा गैप दे देके हम बोलना सेंटेंस के बाद तो थोड़ा सा वो जेन्युइन लगता है।
ठीक
और यही लगता है कि आपने बिल्कुल रट्टा मारा हो, लगता है कि हाँ ठीक है, यू हैव द नॉलेज।
और दूसरी बात, अगर 2 बार एक ही कमेंट आया है
यस
ओवर कॉन्फिडेंस के बारे में, है ना, यू मस्ट वर्क ऑन इट।
यस
उसका क्या तरीका है? उसका तरीका ये है कि आपके फादर क्या करते हैं?
इज एन एडवोकेट
हैं?
इज एन एडवोकेट।
अच्छा, ये तो कोई और बात, एडवोकेट है ना,
यस
तो उनका फायदा उठाइए, उनको कहो कि मैंने इंटरव्यू दिया, ठीक है,
यस
और उस इंटरव्यू को वीडियोग्राफ करिए, ठीक है। वीडियोग्राफ करने के बाद फिर उस वीडियो को देखो, और जो कमेंट हमने दिया है ना, आप अपने बारे में वही कमेंट दोगे, उस पर काम करना है आप। क्यों? क्योंकि आपको हो सकता है बहुत अच्छा लगे आप बोल रहे हो, लेकिन अच्छा जो इधर बैठे ना उनको लगना चाहिए, सिलेक्ट उन्होंने करना है ना। तो हमने उनके लिए काम करना है, अपनी सेटिस्फेक्शन के लिए, ठीक है। इस पे आप बहुत उससे काम करने की जरूरत है आपको।
तो आपने क्या करना है, इसका एक्सेस ले लीजिए तो ना, अब थोड़ी देर में आ जाएगा रिकॉर्डिंग, तो आप खुद ही देखना कि क्या क्या कमियां रहेंगी।
एक्चुअली क्या है ना कि जो बॉडी लैंग्वेज होती है ना, बॉडी लैंग्वेज हैज गॉट लॉट ऑफ इम्पोर्टेंस, जो ना इंटरव्यू लेने वाले को ज़्यादा पता होता है ना देने वाले को ज़्यादा पता होता है, लेकिन इसका इफेक्ट दोनों के ऊपर हो रहा होता है, ठीक है। सो डू सम स्टडी ऑन बॉडी लैंग्वेज, दैट इज व्हाई वी कीप ऑन टेलिंग यू कि हाथ ऐसे एस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ बॉडी लैंग्वेज, ठीक है।
हमें यही है कि छोटी छोटी बातों के कारण कहीं इंटरव्यू खराब ना
सारी
हो।
मेहनत कहीं हमारी खराब नहीं हो जाए,
बिल्कुल भी नहीं है ध्यान, हमें ध्यान रखना है कि सब कुछ ठीक है, परफेक्ट है, कि छोटी सी बातें कारण काम खराब ना हो।
I'll work on it.
ठीक।
चलो, ऑल द बेस्ट।
Thank you.